world-class brand publishing.
Okay.
And I know you've been following them for a while.
I have.
I mean, their growth has been pretty incredible to watch.
It really has, yeah.
I mean, from a single magazine in 2016 to, get this, over 70 publications covering pageantry, fashion, modeling, even film and music.
A lot, yeah.
So today, we're going to take a deep dive into this media empire and try to figure out what makes it tick.
Okay, yeah, the sheer scale of it is really impressive, especially in such a short time. So, like, what's the driving force behind this rapid expansion?
Well, it all starts with the founder, Derek Tokarzewski.
Okay.
And we should say, this isn't like some out-of-touch executive in a high-rise somewhere who just, like, saw a business opportunity.
No, right.
Derek was a fashion and pageant photographer himself.
Ah, so he's coming at it with an artistic eye, like an insider's perspective. Okay, but it takes more than just a good eye to build something this big, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. And that's where his background comes in. He studied media arts and animation.
Interesting.
So he gets storytelling, but he also knows how to use technology to tell those stories in new and interesting ways.
That's a powerful combination, especially now.
Right.
But you said empowering media empire, and that's what I'm really curious about. Like, how does that actually play out in world-class brand publishing's work? What are they doing?
Well, let's take their flagship publication, World Class Beauty Queens magazine, for example.
Okay.
Now, it would be easy to just assume, oh, it's another magazine with beautiful women on the cover.
Sure.
And don't get me wrong, it certainly has that. But it goes deeper than that.
Really? Okay.
They highlight these women's accomplishments outside of pageantry, their work in their communities, their personal journeys.
So it's more about presenting a well-rounded picture, not just like this image-focused thing. I like it. I bet that resonates with readers who, they want more.
Totally. And it's not just World Class Beauty Queens magazine either.
Oh.
This whole empowerment thing, it seems to be woven through all of their publications, even the ones that are, more focused on modeling or fashion.
I do want to circle back to something you said earlier. You mentioned their global reach, and I noticed they have titles like World Class Chicago Models Magazine, World Class Jamaica Models Magazine. Are they really like world class?
Oh, you picked up on that.
Oh.
And it's not just about, putting a different flag on the cover. They really delve into these different regions and cultures, giving people a voice who, might not normally have one.
That's a really cool way to build community, connect people across continents. It speaks to a different kind of vision, I think, one that values representation. I like that a lot.
And it's not just talk either. I mean, Derek himself was crowned Mr. United Nations in 2018.
Hold on, wait. The media mogul? He was a what? Mr. United Nations?
You heard that right, Mr. United Nations.
That's incredible. It makes you wonder, do you think his experience in that world, like the pageant world, has influenced his vision for world-class brand publishing?
Oh, for sure. And it really shows he's not just some businessman. He's been there, done that. I think he understands the aspirations and challenges of the people his magazines feature.
Yeah, having that personal connection can change everything. You understand the stories, you want to help others.
Exactly. But it's not all personal stories and global reach, though.
Mm.
Derek also knows how to stay on the cutting edge, which brings us to his latest venture, World Class AI Studios.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. AI, huh? So we're talking about a media company that's embracing cutting-edge technology. What's the deal with this world-class AI studios?
Well, from what I gather, they're using AI to create some of the marketing materials and visuals for their magazines.
Oh, wow.
It's a pretty bold move, I think, and it shows he's not afraid to try new things, see how technology can, push the boundaries.
It's smart, too. Not only does it streamline things, but it also shows they're innovators,
Yeah.
And in today's world, that's huge. It's really something to see someone blend that artistic side with, like a really forward-thinking approach to tech.
Totally. But with over 70 magazines,
I know, right?
we've got to talk about some of the incredible stories they must be telling.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's not just about quantity, right?
No, not at all.
It's about quality, too.
Definitely. And remember how we were talking about diversity and global reach? Well, that's a huge part of the stories they choose to tell.
Okay, yeah. So, give me an example. How does that philosophy actually translate to the page?
Well, take their world-class Jamaica Models magazine.
That's
It's
right.
not just, here are beautiful models from Jamaica. It's about celebrating, Jamaican culture, their fashion, all the talent there, and putting it on a global stage.
I see. So they're really using their platform to challenge, those traditional ideas of beauty, of success, all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Giving a voice to these communities we don't always hear from.
Right, and it goes back to Derek's own experience.
Oh, right.
being so immersed in fashion and pageantry, he gets it. Like real beauty, it goes so much deeper.
It's about determination, using what you have to do good in the world. And speaking of which, what about World-Class Beauty Queens magazine? We talked about their focus on inner beauty and all that, but does the sources mention any stories in particular that really show this?
They do. We don't have specific names or anything, but they highlighted a lot of instances where former beauty queens used their platform to advocate for important stuff.
Such as,
Like, a lot of them champion education, healthcare, women's rights.
wow,
They leverage their visibility to make a difference.
that is really cool.
Yeah.
So they're really taking that image of beauty queen and saying, no, these women are forces to be reckoned with.
Yes. And world-class brand publishing is right there with them, giving them a platform to, like, shout their message to the world.
It's like they're saying, yeah, we'll show you beauty, but we're also going to show you the brains and the heart behind it.
Yes. And in a way, they're changing what world-class even means. It's not just a crown or walking a runway. It's bigger than that.
Right. It's about having an impact.
Yeah.
So it all comes back to that question, can you build a media empire on, something good?
Right. It's a big question.
Empowerment, all that.
It really is. And I think based on what we've seen with world-class brand publishing, the answer might just be yes.
It seems like Derek has found a way to blend purpose with profit, which is really cool to see.
I think so.
They're embracing new technology with AI. They're inspiring people all over.
And they're not slowing down either,
No, not at all.
World-class AI studios is just going to keep growing.
Which makes you wonder, what's next? What other groundbreaking ideas does Derek have up his sleeve?
It's exciting to think about all the possibilities.
It is.
But while we're thinking about the future of this media empire,
Let's not forget, the heart of all of this, storytelling.
you're right. In a world that's just, flooded with information these days,
It's crazy.
it's those personal stories, the narratives, those are what really stand out.
It's true. And I think that's something world-class brand publishing really gets.
Oh, for sure.
They're not just telling stories. They're really thinking about them,
Yeah.
curating them, helping those stories reach a wider audience.
And using them to build bridges,
Cool.
between different cultures.
Lots
Even
of world, yeah.
it's like they understand that we all want to see ourselves in the stories we consume.
Oh, 100%.
We want to feel connected.
And inspired.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, to hear those stories of resilience, people overcoming challenges.
And just the beauty of the human experience.
Exactly. Good, bad, the messy stuff, all of it.
And they're doing it across all these different publications, which is really cool.
It's pretty incredible.
I mean, beauty queens, models, fashion designers, musicians,
all these different walks of life, but there's that common thread.
that we're all just human. We all have a story to tell.
Exactly.
I think that's something we need to be reminded of more often,
Especially these days, yeah.
The world feels really divided sometimes.
For sure. But world-class brand publishing, they're using storytelling to kind of bring people together.
It's really inspiring, and it makes you wonder, what could they accomplish,
If they keep this up,
if they keep going on this path?
I think the sky's the limit, honestly.
Yeah.
They're not just changing the media landscape.
Mm-hmm.
They're proving that a company can actually, make a positive impact.
That's the big takeaway for me, I think.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that media, it can be more than entertainment.
Yeah.
It can be a force for good in the world.
Exactly. It can uplift communities.
Critical voice.
And inspire all of us to, chase those dreams.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into world-class brand publishing,
Mm-hmm.
we want to leave you with this.
What's that?
What stories are out there?
Right in your own backyard, even?
Waiting to be told.
Waiting to be heard.
And how can you help share them?
You might be surprised who you meet, the talent you find.
So keep exploring. Keep asking questions.
Keep an open mind.